What is going on, my fellow cryptocurrency enthusiasts? I'm your host, Justin, here to bring you the latest and the greatest cutting-edge news on cryptocurrencies and all things crypto. I am here to talk to you guys today about an exciting project I've been following and actively taking a part in for the last few months. Is called Axion Network, and man, it's a really cool project, and it's really the only way in crypto that you can have long-term, short-term stakes and earn liquid, passive Bitcoin twice a week, which is pretty crazy. But we're gonna get all into that. With that being said, let's get into it. Now, first off, the website here is Axion.Network, and it's really the only way in crypto that I have found out about where you can maximize your crypto portfolio with Axion and earn interest long-term or short-term on active stakes, as well as earn liquid Bitcoin. There's a really cool article here from Globe and Wire's news, and I wanted to just kind of give you a breakdown of like where the interest comes from and how they actually make this a long-term strategy. So it differs from conventional cryptocurrency offerings because it's designed to function like a traditional certificate of deposit, yielding high defined returns in exchange for pre-agreed periods of interest. The idea is to provide a less volatile way of for average investors to use crypto as an income stream, just as they might even use a conventional CD at a bank or a dividend investment portfolio. And the important thing here to note is, guys, that Axion has an 8% yield, where comparable investments struggle to produce even a quarter of that much. I mean, you go to your average bank, everybody, and you might get like 0.5. I know I got an ad from my bank recently where I have a little bit of money, and they said like, oh, we're advertising a 1.5% on your short-term 3-month lockup for your savings account. So they're trying to encourage you to put money in the bank. But when there's options in DeFi like Axion, like other yield passive income from like Binance and things like that, KuCoin and stuff, like locking up stakes. Staking is like the wave of the future for DeFi projects, I believe. So we're going to move on here. So the way Axion works is pretty brilliant in simplicity. Investors can buy Axion tokens and enter it into the smart contract on the Ethereum network, where they agree to hold on their stake for a set period of time. Now, Axion Network holds a daily auction of available tokens resulting from early or late withdrawal penalties. Now, you get rewarded if you keep your word and keep your stake going as long as you said you would, but if you withdraw early, you get a big hit. It's actually a lot worse of a hit than, like, say, Hex, for example, was a slap on the wrist, but Axion has a pretty hefty fee or a penalty fee for withdrawing early. So buyers can bid for those tokens using Ethereum with payouts determined by their ultimate share of the total bid. The auction winners receive their share of the tokens, and now 80% of the Ethereum proceeds are used to buy more Axion tokens from major cryptocurrency exchanges, Uniswap, and the remaining 20% is going to fund the operations of the network itself. So in this way, Axion produces upwards inflation on the tokens, value to create that 8% yield that we've been talking about, because you're probably wondering, where does the money come from? Where does the interest come from? So that's where that 8% yield comes from. Because the system penalizes early withdrawal, Axion doesn't suffer from the same kind of mass sell-off volatility that tends to be associated with conventional cryptocurrencies. And to top it off, everybody, the system provides an escalating bonus system that pays additional rewards for long-term stakers. In other words, the longer you remain invested, the more you earn. And and because the founders in Axion hold no stake in the Axion token itself, investors don't have to fear like major market manipulation that we've seen in lots of coins, like such as XRP. And that's a problem that hinders the mass adoption of traditional cryptocurrencies as an investment vehicle. In fact, Bitcoin's case, it's estimated that 42.1% of the total supply is being held by a very small number of large investors who can easily manipulate the price. So we're going to get into some more news here, but I'm going to go to the Axion site. Their white paper is being rewritten and relaunching based on the launch of their venture capital auctions, and I'm going to get into that in a second here. So we've covered so far is 8% inflation, so you're getting an 8% ROI on your investment, which is way better than a traditional bank. And we have the security knowing that they've been audited as well, and they've been verified. The smart contract's been audited several times, so we know that it's going to be safe and that your money is a lot safer than maybe even in a bank, technically. So the cool thing with Axion that they just launched about 10 days ago or 12 days ago is something called the venture capital auction. Now, with the venture capital auction, By staking Axion, the network participants earn liquid Bitcoin dividends while also accumulating interest in the form of Axion dividends that are received at the end of a preventable stake period. So users can withdraw and spend Bitcoin at any time they please, and it's non-custodial. So this is pretty crazy. This is a pretty crazy concept. So not only are you being paid when you buy in the auction, you get a 10% kickback bonus immediately in wrapped Bitcoin, which is pretty insane. So say if you put in 1 Ethereum, you would get like $150 or $200 American in wrapped Bitcoin directly airdropped to your wallet just after you've finished staking your coins for the 120-day minimum or the 5555 maximum, which is 15.2 years. What I'm going to get into here now is the Axion Calculator. So here, just to kind of give you the numbers of the VCA auction here, guys. If you had enough, well, I'm going to start with a small amount. So if you had 2 million Axion, which is about half an Ethereum in value, and you wanted just to earn the maximum share rate, because this project, guys, is all about the shares. You want to get as many shares you can possibly get, because that's going to dictate how much liquid Bitcoin you get paid out twice a week, which is crazy. So say I max share my Axion, I'm willing to, say you've got small kids like I do, and you're willing to wait 15.2 years for that final payout. You're going to hit all of the 5 big paydays along the way. And say you go for that whole time frame, that means you're going to be getting paid out twice a week forever in the venture capital auction for that period of stake. So we're doing the 5555 for 2 million Axion. The share rate now is 1.12, and that is going to go up over time as well. So your shares are going to get more valuable. You're going to have 7.235 million shares, and you're going to get paid $58 a month in wrapped Bitcoin, which is actually equating to, with today's Bitcoin price and today's Axion price, that is $701 a year. Now that's pretty crazy. The staking platform is super easy to use here. Here's my platform here, and there's just a lot to go here, but I've got a lot of active stakes going on. But here's the 5 big paydays. So there's big payday 4, big payday 3, and this is the amount of Axion that's being distributed for members so far, which is crazy. So if you stake for a minimum of 5 years, you would get a lot of that big payday paid out to you, which is awesome. Now here's where you would see your Bitcoin dividends. I had about $100 from the last week and a half of dividends paid out to me. So like I was making around $25 or $35 every day that the venture capital auction is held. And like as you see during the day, the venture capital auction just goes up and up and up in value, which is really cool. So yeah, so you saw the Axion Calculator. If you want to estimate your earnings, you just click estimate earnings here, and it takes you to the calculator page. And another great app you can use is the Axion.Today app. They do a really great job of just going over updates, talking to influencers in the Axion community, and they recently did a 24-hour launch party for the venture capital auction. So there's a lot of analytics here. There's a lot of stats going on, and they also have a paid membership group where you can learn more about updates before anybody else really learns about it. So you can kind of see. And the crazy thing about this, everybody, is that there's already a lot of stakes for 5555. I believe there are. So out of the total supply here, everybody, there's 276 billion Axion in the current supply right now. Out of that 276 billion, 209 billion are staked, and out of that, 74.67 billion Axion are staked for 5555. That means that there's 5,173 stakes for 15.2 years, which is crazy. And on top of that, since March 12th, 2021, they have paid out, Axion has paid out, to staker payout was 21.82 equivalent of wrapped Bitcoin or Bitcoin. And out of that, 9.3 have been cashed out to their wallets. So that means that some people are still holding the balances in their wallets and waiting to accrue more. But I mean, what other project allows you to, stake your coins, earn interest, earn big paydays on top of that, have that long-term game plan? Because this isn't necessarily a get-rich-quick short-term investment thing. I mean, if you want to flip Uniswap coins, all the power to you, but this is more of a long-term hold for me. I know I'm thinking about like my girls when they graduate, when they're buying apartments when they're 21, that 15-year stake will be wrapped up and they'll be able to buy a really nice car, pay for vet school, that kind of thing. So that's really exciting. And but the cool thing is that Bitcoin dividend, that twice a week Bitcoin, wrap Bitcoin, say if you had a bunch of, it's almost like having a stable coin that pays you interest each week, that but you can't cash out directly, but it's really cool. And like I said, they have been audited by Axion and Certic recently, so the smart contract code is very safe. You can open the Certic staking there, and if you guys have any questions, you can go to Axion.Network/welcome to Axion on the main page. And I found this is really cool for their marketing, especially if you're brand new to cryptocurrency. They have a really good breakdown of how to get involved in Axion. They answer all of the major questions for you here about let's getting started. So what are cryptocurrencies? How many cryptocurrencies are there? Are cryptocurrencies legal? Are cryptocurrencies safe? And then you can go through all of that and hear more about it. If you're a pro, they just take you right to where you can buy. I'm an expert. I want to buy Axion. I want to invest more than $1,500. Boom. They're going to take you to stake.axion.network, and you can do all that jazz here. As you can see, here's the previous auctions and everything going on. But I think this is a really cool project to follow. I mean, it hasn't been pumping like crazy the last few months. It's had a few pumps during the launch of the venture auction, but I think it's a pretty good price point right now, a pretty great entry to check it out. So with that being said, I think I'm going to wrap it up there, everybody, but I'll be doing more videos, and I'm hoping to interview Robbie very soon to talk more about the project and what they're excited for in the future. So thanks so much. Be sure to swing by Twitter and give me a follow at Justin Wiesinger. As well, hit a subscribe on the YouTube channel. It helps with the algorithm, and like and comment on this video helps it reach more people as well. So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.